Dear diary, yeah. Diary full of shit. Just play along with myself and I and no one else. Yo, I'm so legit. Hey, Farklez. That thumbnail looks a lot like you, huh? Kind of like Fucko's mascot. That thumbnail looks a lot like her. One of her pictures, anyway. That one of you that looks like you was actually a nurse themed, cartoon, so I kind of edited that out, but, left the boobers, I mean, you don't have boobs like Fucko or Bob's, because they've got similar boobs. But, I don't know if yours are fake or not, but, because, you're kind of fake from head to toe. It's fantastic when you're plastic. It's a Barbie world. I'm a Barbie girl. That's alright. You can be fake as hell. Literally worth tens of thousands of dollars in plastic surgery alone. You got a man? Because regardless of whether you do or don't, go ahead and leave a comment below. Let's scratch that itch, bitch. I mean, girly girl. I said that because it rhymed. Well, I guess the Mike Tyson fight, the truth is coming out. That didn't take long. What did they think was going to happen? Well, Jake Paul's a fucking moron, and so are his people. And who knows what the deal is as far as money that, is made and kept, and, reputations and stuff, because Jake Paul is the guy who's going to take the fall. Hey, another rhyme. It's a shame if I still need to watch some of these videos. I haven't watched a lot of them because if you just wait, you can get what's, happened without having to listen to the video. But yeah, I guess generally, both of them are in trouble with the IFBC or whatever, boxing commission. And maybe Netflix as well. I don't know how Netflix would be involved, but yeah, apparently it was a loosely scripted fight, where both of them were going to kind of go half-ass. And there was that one actual, footage of Mike Tyson where he was going to throw, a punch, but he stopped because, may have knocked, Jake Paul the fuck out. And he was limping down to the ring, had a knee brace, and although his training videos seemed fine, but I guess that's why the original fight was postponed, because of knee problems. I don't know. And then afterwards, they were talking to Mike, and he's like, I just need the money. So, apparently he's kind of in a bad way. Really? Will $20 million cover it there, Mike? Damn. And Jake Paul got paid $40,000. What the fuck? Anyway. Nobody likes Jake Paul. He's known, and he's the guy you love to hate. You tune in, you watch him, you pay attention to him because you want to see him fail. But eventually, when he fails, that'll be enough to satisfy most people, and they'll be like, fuck it, I don't care. They just want to see him fail, fairly big once, and then it's like, that's it. But until that happens, they're like, ooh, motherfucker, And I've heard, and I don't know if there's any truth to this, but seems reasonable, when he became a boxer, because before he was a boxer, he used to just be a skinny, scrawny little, YouTube influencer or whatever. Became a boxer and kind of likes this. This is who he is now. He's in his upper 20s, he's been living this lifestyle, so it's kind of become who he is, the infamous, influencer dude. So, I mean, he's got all the money and stuff. He could just quit and just live a normal life. Although I'm sure he'd probably get recognized a lot. But he won't do that. That would be like, his soul dying. As we're average schmucks, like me and most people are like, dude, you can't lose. Maybe you should just quit while you're ahead, or whatever. But now you got all these people, who aren't 60 years old wanting to beat your ass on national television, and everybody's thinking, you're picking people you can win and carefully picked fights. Who did he lose to? I forgot. At all, his record is like 11-1 or something like that. I looked it up. Tyson's is like 56-6 with like 47 knockouts or something. I don't know. And he's kind of unique. I mean, he was a brawler, But I mean, he had boxing skills and stuff. But I remember there was a clip. I think it was the Alpha Dog, Chicken Salamander Commander clips from Mr. Longhead. He had one of his frequent guests on, like one of his. They're like friends, They get together a few times a year and drive cars and go hiking and whatever. But I'm not gonna say his name. But he basically said, Mike Tyson, he's a brawler. And he had mentioned, Muhammad Ali, and the skill, and the sweet science. He was probably, if not the best, one of the best boxers in the world. I've seen his videos, so. But he didn't, I would expect maybe to give him Mike more props, and he did. He said, I'm not saying he was fighting bums, but Mike Tyson's just a brawler, It's like, well, that brawler got in there and, made a name for himself. And that's a good record, So, I guess. Like Tank Abbott in the UFC back in its early days, I don't think he had any official training. He came in there with his big old beer gut, And then he stayed in it, he was like, hey, I kind of like this UFC thing, probably, just for the payday. So he lost his gut, and started bulking up and stuff. And I think he did start doing, MMA training, so he was a little bit more technical. But I don't remember what his record was. And he just did his thing like in the early days. But I think he was about 50-50 because he would lose, technically to some guy who got him in a pinky hold or something and he had to submit. Some sort of arm bar or ankle twist, So, him and what's his name, Don Fry. I think it was some sort of interview. Good old Don Fry. One of his videos, it was funny. The top comment was, "If cigarettes could talk, they would sound like Don Fry," because he talks like this, and he's got that old Tom Selleck mustache. At least he did. And he's a good old boy. I guess he used to be a shar or whatever, a horseshoe or whatever they're called. And I don't know what his story is, if he just decided to get in the ring like Tank Abbott, or, and went the same route, started training, or if he had training beforehand. But I guess he's got a brother, and he had said, whatever you do, don't get in the ring and get into a slugfest with him. And of course, what's the first thing I do? Get in the ring and get in a slugfest with him. So, oh shit. Yeah, that's old school. They're both retired now. So. Yeah. Old motherfuckers. So anyway, must be fate. They said when you're in love with somebody, everything and everybody reminds you of them. I found a big titty cartoon, and like I said, their representations, they're over exaggerated and stuff. You know, which is why I find them erotic. Is because it's the over exaggeration of the eyes and the lips and the tits and all that. You know, it's kind of sexy. A little bit kind of in and of itself, but like I said, the representation. And you know, and then you got guys like Ben and Brian who are like, you know, we'll make the tits 20 times bigger, give her cat ears, bigger eyes, a tail, you know, and all that. Or, like I said, a dick that loops around, you know, and goes up their own ass, you know. Oh, and I literally want to date him, you know, and whatever. So, fucking quiz. Anyway, baby. I found a cartoon that looks a lot like Bunny Humper. Because it's her. I know, Bunny Humper. Whatever. Save the drama for your mama.